Hey guys, it's Sarah here. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be sharing my May favorites. I cannot believe that May is over. I feel like I say that every month. I'm a broken record, but it's true. We are almost halfway through the year, which is crazy. Summer is here, which is my absolute favorite time of the year, so I'm so excited about that. And it's time to be tan and have fun in the sun and have it not get dark until like 9 or 10 o'clock finally, instead of it being dark 24/7. I just love summertime, so I'm super excited about that. This is kind of the season where I wear a little bit less makeup because I'm on the lake and in the sun and sweaty and all of that. So I do have this makeup tutorial coming for you very soon if it's not already up. If it is up, I'll link it right here. If it's not, it'll be coming soon, but this is kind of my lake day makeup. It is SPF, it kind of just an easy 10-minute makeup look that I don't really care if I ruin it, but it also has SPF in it and it usually lasts me the whole day. So let's get into my favorite. I've mentioned before that I'm trying not to tan in the sun as much anymore. I've been doing self-tanner at home. I will link the tanner that I use down below in the bottom bar. But one of the things that I use to prep my skin to tan is from Frank Body. This is the original body scrub, and this is a coffee scrub. And basically, this is what I use to exfoliate my skin before I self-tan. So when I'm in the shower, this literally just looks like coffee, and you just wet your body and then you scrub this all over and it just exfoliates all of your skin and leaves your skin super soft. And this is what I use before I tan, which it works so well. So I definitely recommend exfoliating before you tan, but also just in general to get your dead skin cells off. I know that's disgusting, but it's true. So this is such a good tanner, which I will link this down below along with every single thing that I mentioned per usual. My next favorite is this scarf. It is a skinny silk scarf and it's reversible. It's pink and white stripes and then it's multicolored stripes. And I just think this is the cutest scarf. I have been loving the silk scarf trend, which I actually just made that video live this morning. I did 10 ways to style a silk scarf. I will link that up here and down below in the bottom bar. But I have just been loving them, and this one I love so much because it's skinny and so it doesn't mess up my hair in the back when I wear it as a headband. I just absolutely love this. So yeah, this is just something I highly recommend, especially if you have shorter hair or thin hair, because if you have tons of thick long hair, having a headband in the back at your neck is not going to really disrupt your hair that much. But if you have shorter hair or fine hair or just not tons and tons of hair, like my hair is pretty fine, I have quite a bit of it, but it's not like super luxe and really thick. So I do get that bump in the back of my neck and I feel like my hair is like trying to jump over it. So with this one, since it's so skinny and I don't have to like bunch up a regular scarf, this works really well for me. And this one comes in tons and tons of different shades and, or not shades, colors and patterns. Next from Origins, this is the Ginseng Refreshing Eye Cream to brighten and depuff. This stuff seriously just like works magic on your under eyes. You just rub it in obviously under your eyes, but it just gives you like a bright luminous finish, and this just really wakes up your skin and it just looks so good under makeup. And I feel like I always look really like awake and refreshed when I wear this. I have two bronzers to share with you because I'm obsessed with bronzer. I realize that. The first one is from It Cosmetics. This is the Bye Bye Pores bronzer. I really like this matte black packaging with like the rose gold copper, and the one thing I don't like about the packaging is I think it's a little bit bulky, but whatever. So it does have a pretty good sized mirror, it has the product, and then underneath it does have a brush that I have never touched and probably never will touch. But I did a full video on this, so I'm not going to go too in depth with it. That video will be linked up here and down below as usual, but this is a really good bronzer. I will say when I first started using it, I didn't smell the coconut that much because I hate the scent of coconut. I know that's weird. I know so many people love it, but like the butter bronzer from Physicians Formula, I cannot wear it. It's so beautiful, but I just cannot stand the smell of it. So this one I couldn't smell the coconut in it at first, but it did make my brushes smell. So I did have to wash my brushes because it kind of was annoying me. It's not so bad that I can't use them, but it's not my favorite scent at all. This next bronzer is a splurge. It is from Hourglass. It is the Ambient Lighting Bronzer in the shade Luminous Bronze Light. I think this is stunning. I got it during the Sephora VIB sale. I just think it is so pretty. You're not gonna be able to see that swatch, but it's a pretty light bronzer and it just gives your skin the most like beautiful finish. I have it on today and it's not super matte, but it's not as like glittery as I originally thought it was. I just think it leaves the most beautiful finish on your skin. I cannot get enough of it, and I think it is definitely worth the price in my opinion if you want to splurge on a bronzer. This one says it expires in 12 months, but for face products that aren't the first layer, like I put moisturizer on and a primer on, and then I put foundation on and powder on. So this is like what, the 5th product that's gonna go on my face. I'm not too worried about it aggravating my skin, so I can go longer than 12 months for products like this, and I'll end up getting the full use out of it. Honestly, I'll probably use it up before the 12 months anyway because I've been using it every single day. But I just think if you're gonna splurge on something that you can get the full use out of, not something that's just gonna dry up really quickly. I hope that makes sense. Next up is this nail polish. This is the Essie Gel Couture, and it's in the shade Stitch by Stitch. It's actually what I have on my fingers right now. I just think this color is so pretty. And this is what the bottle looks like. It's just like the perfect fun spring pink without being like such a pop of bright pink in your face. I just think it's so girly and fun, and I have been loving it. This is the blush that I'm wearing today. It is the Lorac Buildable Blush in Technicolor. This looks way more orange on the website than it does in person, but I just think this color is stunning. It is so pretty, and I think that it's pretty universal for all different types of, all different skin tones. I actually did a video on the, I think it's like the Sun Kiss collection or something like that from Lorac, so I will link that up here. I did a full demo, swatches, all of that, and this blush was in that set, but I have been wearing it a ton. I think because I did self-tan, I think once I'm tan, I love this shade even more than I loved it before. Next up is this face palette. This is the NARS Narcissist palette. It has a pretty big size mirror, and then it has these 7 different shades. It does have 2 bronzer shades. This is Laguna, which is one of my top bronzers ever. So I really love this, but this is the shade that I've been wearing a ton, this blush. I think it's stunning. This is the one that I had been wearing the most before, but recently I have been getting so much use out of this one. I just think that gives you such a really pretty, glowy, wash of color, but this coral one is also really, really pretty. So I love this palette. I have gotten a lot of use out of it. There's a lot of times that face palettes, I don't like enough of the products in the palette to really get my use out of it, but this is one that I really, really love. There are a couple shades like this. I haven't really used this shade. I mean, I could use it if I wanted to like set my under eyes with it or something. I just haven't. And I also haven't used this purple shade. Again, that's something that you can highlight with and just kind of brighten up your skin. But I have gotten my use out of the other colors in this, so I definitely love this palette. All right, I have 2 more products. The first one is from Estee Lauder. This is the first Estee Lauder skincare product that I've ever tried. This is the Advanced Night Repair Serum, and it has a little dropper. I just use this at night. I put a couple of drops into my fingers, rub them together, and then I pat this into my skin, and after that I moisturize as normal. But I've really been loving this serum. I feel like I wake up and my skin just feels like it slept, which is like the dumbest analogy ever, but you guys know what I mean. Like my skin just feels kind of revived, which I really love. So I am constantly trying new skincare products. That doesn't mean that I don't like the things that I've mentioned before. If I use something up and I have something else to try, I'll try it. And if I like it, I share it. If I don't like it, I don't use it. So yeah, this is a new one that I have been trying and I really, really love it so far. Also, I do just want to note that my actual skincare routine is always the same as far as like the steps that I go in. I might just swap out different products in that step. So if you do want to know what my skincare routine is like, I will link my video of it up here and down below in the bottom bar. All right, last but not least is this brush. It's from EcoTools. It is the sheer powder brush. And when I first got it, I didn't know if I was gonna like it. I actually got this one and the full powder brush at the same time. And right off the bat, I was using the full powder brush right away for my bronzer. I just thought that this was so perfect. And then I gave this one another shot, and I have been using this one way more than this one recently, because this one's bristles aren't as densely packed, and so the bristles will kind of spread out on your skin and just kind of give you a diffused look. This one applies the powder more densely, which makes sense because it's the full powder brush and this is the sheer powder brush. So this one gives you kind of like a wash of color, and you do have to build it up a little bit more than you do with this one, but I kind of like that because it just diffuses the color so much more evenly and it just looks more blended out. And so I've just been loving this for my bronzer. Alrighty guys, those are all of my favorite products for the month of May. Let me know down below in the comments what your favorite product was. I'm really curious to know what you guys have been using, what you've been loving. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed, and don't forget to subscribe before you leave so you don't miss any of my future videos. Thanks so much for watching. Bye guys.